An East Tennessee grandmother was tricked into laundering money for a scammer. It was her bank that warned her not to deposit any more money. Debbie Judson tells consumer reporter Don Dare that scammer started corresponding shortly after her identity had been stolen. Don.
Well, Elena, money laundering and fraud schemes are rampant across many social media sites, and in tonight's story, the platform is Instagram. Besides the traditional ways of laundering money, criminals are finding social media as fertile ground to recruit willing and unwitting assistants. For Debbie Judson, she was unaware that the nice person texting her was a scammer.
Debbie Judson watches short videos on Instagram and likes to interact with others on the site. The 70-year-old grandmother received a private message and started texting with a so-called charitable group, unaware it was a scammer.
Yeah, they wanted to be friends, and wanted to have me help them with charity money to send because they needed help.
Mrs. Judson, who is retired, has a soft spot and agreed to help. She lives with her daughter, Nikki Myers, who initially was unaware of her mother's correspondence. The texts were coming from Nigeria. Debbie messaged them that she hadn't worked in years due to a disability.
So I said, oh, okay. I said, but I don't have no money. Well, we'll send you some money and then you can send it to them.
And they would send her money and then tell her to send it somewhere else.
How much money would be sent?
It would be anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000 at different times.
How was the money sent to you?
A wire transfer. They just kept doing it. And then I got to the point where I was like getting really scared, and I said, this has got to stop. I don't understand all this. And that's when I started getting the threats.
They threatened that if she didn't send her driver's license, then the Russian mafia would be outside of our house and take my kids, because we live together.
The threats against Debbie ended, though, when one day, while on the phone with the scammer, at their direction, she went to the TVA Employees Credit Union in Maryville.
I went to the bank, and they wanted $10,000. They wanted me to transfer it. And I had to stay on the speakerphone with the people. They didn't want me shutting it off. So I did like sign language at the bank, like, don't do this.
Debbie says the bank teller understood the warning and no money was transferred. But months later, something strange happened. The IRS started sending statements. Out of nowhere, Mrs. Judson had been making a lot of money.
In June of this year, the IRS says you're due a refund of $48,000. Here's yet another one in August, you're due $19,000.
Correct.
Have you gotten these refunds?
No, I haven't gotten anything.
And this from the IRS says that you're due a fuel tax credit.
It's all from
The
her being
scammer.
scammed. None of it makes sense.
Debbie promptly sent this handwritten letter to the IRS saying she is retired, lives on Social Security, hasn't filed taxes for 8 years, and her identity has been compromised. The FTC says be wary of unsolicited direct messages. Direct messages are almost always connected to some type of scam, says the FTC. Report any suspicious messages and block the corresponding accounts. And always keep your Instagram profile private.
I want to get this over with. I want this to stop. I mean, this has really taken a toll on me.
Now, Mrs. Judson has gone to the 3 credit reporting agencies, informing them about her data breach and those letters from the IRS. She is hoping the IRS responds to her letter before the next tax season. Debbie has also contacted Instagram explaining what happened. Additionally, she is paying close attention to her financial accounts and no longer is assisting that scammer in making transactions. Elena?
And if you have a consumer problem and you think Don could help, you can send him an email to ddare@wate.com, or you can give him a call at 865-633-6923.